The dream and interpretation, Quranic. Almighty Allah narrated this incident thus, and the king of Egypt said, Verily, I saw in a dream 7 fat cows, while 7 lean cows were devouring, and 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others dry. O notables, explain to me my dream, if it be that you can interpret dreams. They said, mixed up false dreams, and we are not skilled in the interpretation of our dreams. Then the man who was released, one of the two who were in prison, now at length remembered and said, I will tell you its interpretation, so send me forth. He said, O Joseph, the man of truth, explain to us the dream of 7 fat cows, while 7 lean ones were devouring, and of 7 green ears of corn, and 7 others dry, that I may return to the people, and that they may know. Joseph said, for 7 consecutive years you shall sow as usual, and that the harvest which you reap you shall leave in ears, all except a little of it which you may eat. Then will come after that 7 hard years, which will devour what you have laid by an advance for them, all except a little of that which you have stored. Then thereafter will come a year in which people will have abundant rain, and in which they will press wine and oil. Joseph's innocence proved. The king was greatly astonished. Who could this person be? He commanded that Joseph be set free from prison, and presented to him at once. The king's envoy went to fetch him immediately, but Joseph refused to leave the prison unless his innocence was proven. Perhaps they accused him of cutting the ladies' hands, or trying to rape them. Perhaps any of other false accusation was made. We do not know exactly what was said to the people to justify Joseph's sentence to prison. The envoy returned to the king. The king asked him, Where is Joseph? Did I not command you to fetch him? The envoy replied, He refused to leave until his innocence is established regarding the ladies who cut their hands. The king ordered, Bring the wives of the ministers and the wife of the chief ministers at once. The king felt that Joseph had been harmed unfairly, but he did not know exactly how. The wife of the chief minister came with the other ministers' wives. The king asked, What is the story of Joseph? What do you know about him? Is it true that one of the ladies interpreted the king, exclaiming, Allah's forbid? A second said, We know of no evil he has done. And a third said, He enjoys the innocence of angels. The eyes of every one turned to the wife of the chief minister. She now wore a wrinkled face and had lost weight. She had been overwhelmed by sorrow over Joseph. While he was in prison, she boldly confessed that she had lied and he had told the truth. I tempted him, but he refused. She confirmed what she said, not out of fear of the king or the other ladies, but for Joseph to know that she had never betrayed him during his absence, for he was still in her mind and soul. Of all creation, he was the only one she cared for, so she confided his innocence before all. Joseph's innocence proved. Almighty Allah said, and the king said, Bring him to me. But when the messenger came to him, Joseph said, Return to your Lord and ask him what happened to the woman who cut their hands. Surely my Lord is well aware of their plot. The king said to the woman, "What was your affair with when you did seek to seduce Joseph?" And the woman said, "Allah forbid, no evil know we against him." The wife of Al-Aziz said, "Now the truth is manifest to all. It was I who sought to seduce him, and he is surely one of the truthful." Then Joseph said, "I asked for this inquiry in order that he, Al-Aziz, may know that I betrayed him not in secret, and verily Allah guides not the plot of the betrayers, and I free not myself from the blame. Verily the human self is inclined to evil, except when my Lord bestows his mercy upon whom he wills. Verily my Lord is oft forgiving, the most merciful." Zuleika's life afterwards. Reflecting on these verses suggests that she had turned to Joseph's religion, monotheism. His imprisonment was a great turning point in her life. After this, the Quranic star neglects the story of the chief minister's wife completely. We do not know what happened to her after she gave her clear evidence, yet still there are legends about her. It has been said that after her husband died, she married Joseph, and behold, she was a virgin. She confessed that her husband had been old and had never touched a woman. Other legends said that she lost her sight, weeping for Joseph. She abandoned her palace and wandered in the streets of the city. However, the lady disappeared from the Quranic narrative at the suitable stage, at the climax of her trouble. Perhaps she lingers in memory longer than if we had known the ending. Joseph's high position. The king informed Joseph that his innocence was established and ordered him to come to the palace for an interview. The king recognized his noble qualities. When Joseph came, the king spoke to him in his tongue. Joseph's replies astonished the king. And this cultural refinement and wide knowledge, then the conversion turned to the dream. Joseph advised the king to start planning for years of famine ahead. He informed him that the famine would affect not only Egypt, but the neighboring countries as well. The king offered him a high position. Joseph asked to be made controller of the granaries so that he could guard the nation's harvest and thereby safeguard it during the anticipated drought. By this, Joseph did not mean to seize an opportunity or personal gain. He merely wanted to rescue hungry nations for a personal gain. He merely wanted to rescue hungry